What's up guys, I'm back with another video. Now, check out my last video because this video is a sequel of my last video. This is the part 2 of my top 6 favorite decks of cards. And these are the decks I am going to be showing you guys today. But we're probably just going to blur them up so that we don't spoil this whole video for you guys. So let's get into our first deck of this video and the fourth deck of my top 6 favorite decks of cards. Deck number 1 of this video, deck number 4 of my top 6 favorite decks of cards. Now before we dive into the deck, let's just look at the box. It has fine print and we just so notice those tiny little details. So this deck is by Theory 11. That company is one of my favorite decks manager, whatever you want to call them. But they have done a really fine print and also a really good job on the double foil on the box, so you can feel the texture on the box when you rub your finger against it. Now, let's dive into the real thing, the deck. Okay. So, fine print on the back and fine print on the ace. I just love this deck, especially this card, the Ace of Spades. Okay, but except for the Ace of Spades and the backs, I really hate those faces. These are standard faces which you can find on a $10 local deck of cards, which I just hate that thing. And in my previous video, I don't remember which decks, but there were some decks which had standard faces like this. I have used this deck on Magical Elevator. I've also used this deck on the Ribbon Spread tutorial and Matt Franco 4 Aces and many more. Now, I'm going to put the link in the description below for if you want to buy this deck. And let's move on to deck number 5. Deck number 2 of this video, deck number 5 of my top 6 favorite decks of cards. Unlike the Utzon deck, there is no double foil on this deck, so you can not feel the texture. But they have done some minor details. This deck is known as the Bicycle Bourbon. It also has a wine bottle on the back. And this deck actually talks about old Kentucky. It's a small town. Okay, now the backs. I just love them. Some minor details. So, Bicycle, another deck company. The faces, unlike the Utzon deck, the faces are not normal, including the jokers. The jokers are also really special. Okay. Now, I am sure that you are eager to know what the Ace of Spades looks like. Just take a look. The Ace of Spades, I mean, it's not that special like the Utzon deck, but the spade symbol is bigger. Okay. Now, this was also made by USPCC, which is United States Playing Card Company. I have used this deck on one of my first Magic videos, the 3-card Monty. I have only used this in that video according to my research, before this video, that one is the only video I've used this deck on. So let's move on to the last and final deck number 6. Last and final deck, the Chrome Kings. So this deck was made by DeVoe and Rick Smith Jr. DeVoe is also one of the best card creators in the world, and Rick Smith Jr. is actually my favorite magician. So we have the Chrome Kings right over here. Not that much detail on the box. It's only written Chrome Kings and the spade sign, and on the back it's just the back of the card. Okay, now let's move on to the real thing, the deck. Okay, so fine print on the back. I mean, not that fine print, and they've also given a grey card, grey version of the red cards. I don't know why. Okay, so unlike the Hudson deck, boom, they have a really fine print on the faces. I just love them. Like, look at the Queen of Hearts. I mean, all of that is in 3D. They have also given jokers. It's hard to identify which is the Jack and which is the Joker, but I still love it. Okay, now let's take a look at the Ace of Spades. Okay, where is the Ace of Spades? Boom, right over here. So now you might be wondering, what is that little symbol on the Ace of Spades? That is actually the logo of DeVoe, not a sponsor. And this is one of my favorite decks out of all of the 6 decks of cards. So I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.